Why you ain't say nothing? I'm only gonna do this once. You always knew I'd make it from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? You believed in me the whole time, for real? Yeah. I couldn't tell. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times, couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something. But watching my story all winning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't call? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something. Put that on my soul. Oh no. They ain't hungry no more when it's time to eat crow. Or farming, I'ma hand to my glow. Ain't gon' argue with you about what I know. Photo album, all I'm seeing is ghosts. Had to remodel from pillar to post. Said what I said, I ain't come here to argue. You said congratulations, should've said sorry. Got it, now you won't be part of the party. Your access denied, I'm sorry, not sorry. When I needed air, niggas wouldn't have farted. Now they pulling up and thinking we solid. Now I'm on the phone talking $1 million topics. Up early, Zoom call out to Abu Dhabi. Don't answer my phone if it's gonna be about gossip. I don't really care, everybody got problems. That's why I be sharing my woes, letting y'all know it's okay, you can come up from the bottom. Whoa. Scraping, scratching, clawing. Before I start running, I started with crawling. Before I got balance, I started with falling. Started with broke before I ever was balling. Started with hope before ever reward. They ain't show up till I became important. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times, couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Been watching my story all winter. Why you ain't say nothing? Classic. 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 I'm only gonna do this once. I never felt normal, whatever that mean. And in my eyes when I close them, I never saw black. I always saw this dark, glorious, like a golden chocolate. I wake up with purpose every day. I feel like I'm chosen.
Hey y'all,
the evils can't play with my heart. Not today. I'm a soldier.
Classic really appreciates it.
They spoke of my skin with a tone as if something was wrong with us. When I look in the mirror, I'm glowing. My chocolate is golden. My chocolate is golden. My chocolate is golden. My chocolate is golden. I wake up with purpose every day. I feel like I'm chosen. Them evils can't play with my heart. Not today. I'm a soldier. My chocolate is golden.
Come on, chat, let's go.
Pardon me. I'm golden
Let's go,
chocolate. Royalty. Purple robe. I'm the gold, not the gold in the Jesus piece. If we ain't worth nothing, why they buying sellers? Why you buying what they trying to tell us? Why you trying what they trying to sell us? How you blind with your eyes open? Golden chocolate. They try condition, I'm breaking them chains, doing the opposite. Break monopoly. Back in black businesses is profiting. No more poverty. We should be living like Cosby kids. Buying less jewelry, more property. We is the gold that we all seek. We is the diamonds we all seek. I wake up with purpose every day, I feel like I'm chosen. Golden. Them evils can't play with my heart, not today, I'm a soldier. Chocolate. They spoke on my skin with a tone as if something was wrong with us. When I look in the mirror, I'm glowing. My chocolate is golden. My chocolate is golden. My chocolate is golden. My chocolate is golden. I wake up with purpose every day, I feel like I'm chosen. I'm the one. Them evils can't play with my heart, not today, I'm a soldier. My chocolate is golden. We don't let us survive, we ain't maintaining, we living to thrive. Getting a stack, investing it back, watching it flip, ROI. People scared to try, and I don't know why. Getting rich is hard, being broke is harder. We all got options, mine's in stock. I'm watching them close, then sell for profit. You work for the man, or the man in the mirror. Off your own logic, either way that it go, know that you got a soul. Remember you go, remember you in control. You ain't gotta go for whatever they own. If they wrong, then they wrong. Take your talents, move on. Don't ever get off your throne. I wake up with purpose every day, I feel like I'm chosen. Them evils can't play with my heart, not today, I'm a soldier. Golden chocolate. They spoke on my skin with a tone as if something was wrong with us. When I look in the mirror, I'm glowing. My chocolate is golden. My chocolate is golden. My chocolate is golden.
Put the threes in the chat. Let's go.
Golden. I wake up with purpose every day. I feel like I'm chosen. I'm the one.
About it. Come on.
Them evils can't play with my heart. Not today. I'm a soldier. My chocolate is golden. My chocolate is golden. My chocolate is golden. My chocolate is golden. Golden. So to me, it's very simple. I never felt a lust or a thirst for gold, because I've always felt it in my veins. I am gold.
Being a real dude or a fake dude or I'm me.
Yo, it's Classic with the Classic Codes, and I got another great live show for y'all. What's going on, chat? Yes, Lord, you are here with the best daytime live show on all streaming platforms right now. We are keeping it simple. We are streaming at the Classic Codes live on YouTube and Kick today. So wherever you like tapping in from, I see a couple people in here from Kick. Shout out to Rigid in the chat. Shout out to In Too Deep in the chat. Shout out to Big Sco in the chat. Shout out to Soft Rain in the chat. What's going on with it? What's going on with it? Yeah. For everybody that's not hands-free, that can't talk to me just yet, what's going on? Make sure you hit like and subscribe as you come in. It will cost you absolutely $0. And let me let you know. If they charge you, we're gonna get that back.
There's a thing called counter sue.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. For all the links and updates on everything Classic Codes, shout out to In Too Deep in the chat. He'll be dropping links throughout today's show. So I'm here with updates for y'all. But before we get into those updates, let me protect myself. All right, let's get into that first. We got to put our content creators condom on, if you will. The Classic Codes disclaimer: this live stream is for entertainment and commentary purposes only. All statements made are alleged, opinion-based, and part of a public discussion. We are not journalists or legal professionals. Nothing stated should be interpreted as factual claims or assertions of wrongdoing. Viewers' discretion is advised. All right. So we are just reacting to publicly available information here. You know what I'm saying? So now that we got the disclaimer out the way, let's get into the conversation. I got some updates for y'all. Not nothing too crazy, right? But just more things to look a little bit closer into as we attach ourselves to and stay prayerful about the outcome of the Nolan Xavier Wells situation, right? We can't call it a case yet, because there have been no charges filed. So we just gonna call it a situation, all right? So without further ado, former judge Carlos Miller has taken to his social media platforms and given us his additional take from a former judge on exactly, again, we went through the video yesterday of what he felt like. Well, we discussed everything we knew up to this point and what should have been being done from an investigative process legally. You know, we discussed that, and we saw that based on what we knew, all of the proper steps aren't necessarily being taken because we'd be at an arrest by now. So Carlos has provided us with more insight, again, from the eyes of a former judge and a current attorney, to my understanding, about this. So let's get into it. I'm going to play it in the background because I don't know if this person does copyrights. I'm going to shout them out regardless, though. I got this video from All Viral Access Media. So if you want some good interviews or some good updates on certain things, definitely tap in with All Viral Access Media. Shout out to them for providing the full length of this. Let's get it.
Good evening, friends. I'm Judge Carlos Moore, former Mississippi judge, former Mississippi municipal judge, currently a practicing attorney in Tennessee. I currently reside in Atlanta, Georgia, and I am out of town on vacation in Miami, Florida for the weekend. But I could not wait to speak with you and update you on the latest developments in the Nolan Wells case. It's been very hard to even enjoy Miami, Florida, South Florida since I've been here the past 48 hours thinking about all the new developments. And so I'm happy to give you my thoughts about what should transpire.
Black Mona, what up?
In the Nolan Wells case. Tag your friends, your loved ones, those that may be interested in having them come on in. I want to have a discussion with you tonight because, as I said the other day, enough is enough. It's time for justice, and we need justice now. Justice can no longer wait. So I want to give you my unfiltered opinion tonight. And so been several new developments, several new allegations that deserve to be investigated. And they need to be investigated by those with jurisdiction. And there needs to be concurrent investigations going on in the search for truth for the matter involving the death of Nolan Wells. So let's get started. This morning, most of us awoke to the news that there is an allegation that Nolan Wells may have actually arrived on the mainland after leaving Horn Island. There's an allegation by a person who's named in the photo that says that he was spotted at a house, at a pool party, and it is believed that that picture may have been taken sometime shortly before 1 a.m. And it is believed that the allegation is correct, that that pool party may have been in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. And so now we believe that based on that allegation, not only does the Jackson County Sheriff's Department have jurisdiction to investigate the death of Nolan Wells, now the Ocean Springs Police Department has jurisdiction to investigate the death of Nolan Wells. And so
very important. Let's stop right there before he proceeds. So listen, chat, he just pointed out something that's very, very important. So because of that photo and the location of said photo being brought forth as potential evidence whether Nolan did or didn't ever leave Horn Island that day, it gave an additional jurisdiction of police the ability to look into the death of Nolan Wells. It provided an additional jurisdiction to be able to investigate Nolan's death, regardless of whether or not that photo is deemed to be a good or bad lead based on timeline. Once that's actually officially verified, until that point, that jurisdiction is now opened up to look into the death of Nolan Wells. That's very interesting. Ms. Washington said, "Hey, Classic, how you doing this afternoon?" I'm doing well. Black Mona came through in the chat while the video was playing. 333. What up, In Too Deep? What up, Bridget? Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. He said, "I was watching your stream. I might just stay here for real. All right, good, Richard. I appreciate it, brother. I would hope so, man. Let's go.
I am hereby calling on the Ocean Springs Police Chief and the Ocean Springs Municipal Prosecutor to do their jobs. There should be concurrent investigations going on. If the Jackson County Sheriff's Department believes it has jurisdiction, it should continue to do its investigation, because we do know that part of this investigation involves things that happen off the Gulf Coast, about 10 miles off the Gulf Coast. So all of the appropriate agencies should be investigating. But the new development is that he was allegedly spotted at a home with the pool of one of his friends. And it's a very specific person that says that she saw this. I've never talked to the person, but that person needs to be spoken to. And there are several people identified in the photograph that needs to be spoken to that was in the that attended the pool party. And we can get down to the bottom of whether or not Nolan Wells made it back to land. How did he get to land? Who did he ride with? What time he arrived at the pool party? There are some disturbing things that happened at the pool party, according to this alleged witness. But while I don't know the veracity of the allegations, I do know now that the Ocean Springs Police Department should have jurisdiction to investigate, because it would have happened within the municipal boundaries. That's, if I have heard correctly, that the young men were graduates of Ocean Springs High School, so they could not be students at Ocean Springs High School at any time if they were not residents of Ocean Springs. So that's how I concluded that Ocean Springs Police Department should have jurisdiction now to investigate. At the same time, I'm calling on the Jackson County District Attorney to be investigating. The district attorney has its own investigative staff, or should have, and they should be investigating. The district attorney does not have to wait on Jackson County Sheriff's Department or the Ocean Springs Police Department. It can do its concurrent investigation, and it can present the matter to a grand jury at any time once it feels it has determined or gathered enough information. So 3 different law enforcement agencies is what I'm calling on to do their jobs.
3 different law enforcement agencies are what he's calling on for them to do their jobs. listen to me. The fact that this is coming from someone who is a former judge in 2 different jurisdictions inside of the state of Mississippi, and the way that he's breaking this down so articulately and legally for us to understand. Shout out to Judge or former Judge Carlos Moore for being here in this situation and using his voice and providing information. And shout out to us as content creators for using our platforms to bring the information further forward. But there should be 3 concurrent investigations into the death of Nolan Wells. And I don't know if that's counting the independent investigation that Attorney Benjamin Crump is conducting. So now you're talking about 4 concurrent investigations should be going on in the death of Nolan Wells. Now, with 4 concurrent investigations going on in regards to his death, if nobody can come back with anything conclusive, I mean, at that point, are we just saying that Mississippi is doing bad police work or what? Is it municipal negligence or what? You know, is it we was never trying to find out or what? You know, I'm just asking some stupid questions. What's going on, Geneva? What's going on with it? Anthony said, oh, you said he got drunk and drowned. It's that simple. Okay, we'll see. Time will tell. Stick around, Anthony. We'll see. Let's see. Geneva, they are on code. We need to get on code. What does that look like? What does that look like? Peace and B1, FBA all day. What that mean? I be seeing people say stuff about FBA. I don't understand it. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what the movement is. I don't know whether to be with it, against it, neutral. I don't understand it. I don't know what it is. Times here, classic. Chat family, respect, stay consistent and healthy. For sure, for sure. What up, Time? Let's get it.
If the young lady that has gone on Facebook's allegations are correct, there should be arrest this week for assault. She has recounted that she witnessed an assault, and she was very specific in naming the 3 individuals who did the assault on Nolan Wells. And she also told who videoed the assault, and she told what that individual videoing was saying while the assault was going on. She's also named an adult that allegedly had all the young people to get out of the pool and leave her home in the early morning hours of July the 5th. So that adult needs to be questioned. Every person that's identified in that pool should be questioned. It's not rocket science, but there are allegations of assault, and there's allegations of a witness, and those allegations need to be further developed and investigated. There's also allegation that everyone left that home. Most of the young people left the home. They did not live there except Nolan Wells, and when she left, there was he was leaning over the pool, and blood was coming from his mouth. So that is a very specific allegation that deserves to be looked into. So I'm asking and really demanding that the Ocean Springs Police Department does its job and start a concurrent investigation. Justice can no longer wait. Justice has been delayed long enough. And so I am straight out of patience at this point, straight out.
So he's saying that the minimum with the allegations about the pool, they need to obviously verify, validate the person who said they saw all of this, the person who made the post in the first place, which isn't difficult for them to find. They need to be vetting that person to deem them a credible source, obviously put the timelines together. All of this stuff probably could take a matter of a day or hours, you know, depending on how much they're going to beat their feet. But they should be, you know, finding out if this person's a credible source, putting the timeline together. And then, you know, at that point, you'd be making an arrest for assault. Everybody who you said you saw over there, you know, laughing, saying, get them, actually touching them, everybody, all of those people involved would need to be in a set of handcuffs at that case, right? So no movement is crazy at this point. Just from what we do know, no movement is crazy at this point. But the fact that they got lawyered up so fast, it does make it more difficult to just run up and throw them in handcuffs, right? You're going to have to come with everything, right? Signed everything from the judges, which is going to be protocol anyway. But those lawyers, that extra layer of that's dead. My client not. Ooh, that extra layer right there, it creates resistance to getting justice. But I mean, we're gonna figure this one out though for sure. Time said, anytime they want to confuse you, trust and believe me, they will start talking timeline, and they are in Mississippi. The same autopsy woman that did Trey Reed is the same that did Nolan Wells. Interesting. Geneva said, the law is a weapon if you know how to use it. Thurgood Marshall Supreme Court. Bella said, foundational Black American. Yeah, see, I know what the acronym mean, but I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Foundational Black American. Do that just mean you were born here? Nobody put me on game in regards to what that was. Who started that? Like, where did it come from? The FBA thing. What's that? The Melanated Cafe said, that's fair. Too much to explain in the chat in full, but basically being able to trace your lineage back to slavery or pre-slavery. Okay, so if we could trace our lineage back to slave, is that so? Okay, I understand that, but is that something to be like proud of, or? I guess I'm trying to gauge what that's supposed to be about. Time said, and what's crazy is that all the friends got lawyers. Does a bat stink? Exactly. Ricardo said, way too much speculation. There is so much we don't know. Oh yeah, that's why we piecing it together. Let's see. This is Mississippi, right? Time. Bella said, correct. Geneva said, indigenous, native, copper tone, Black people. Okay. So you saying FBA mean you were part of the brown people that was here when they pulled up, like non-Atlantic slave trade people? Again, essentially, is what y'all saying. Is that correct? Walt Diesel, what up? Walt, ain't seen you in a minute. Being a foundational Black American has no impact on what Bill Gates is planning. Man, listen, y'all be letting these people fearmonger y'all to no end. Ye said 333. YN check in. What up? Let's move. Let's see what the rest of what Judge Moore got to say before we get into the next piece.
Of patients, and various crimes have been alleged. And at this point, there needs to be some arrest this week for the crimes that's been alleged and sufficiently alleged. You have eyewitness accounts of some things, and the police does not have to have a affidavit from the people that are making the allegations. They have to be interviewed by the police, and the police can sign an affidavit and take it to a judge and get the warrant for arrest. So we are asking law enforcement to simply do their jobs, get the arrest warrants for those crimes that you know that there's probable cause that a crime has been committed already. We do believe that this week will be the week that the autopsy report come out. We are now on day 8 since the alleged since the disappearance of Nolan Wells, and so there's been sufficient time for the autopsies to be done, if the information I've heard is correct, and we should learn the results of those autopsy reports. I would expect this week that there should be a lot of movement in this case. Once the autopsy reports are revealed, I believe that should lead us where we go from here. But the witness today that says that he was in the pool said that he was assaulted. Also said there was another argument about the phone not being in his possession, someone taking his phone and not giving it back. That needs to be investigated, and someone should be arrested for theft or larceny, whether it's simple larceny, grand larceny. Someone should be arrested. Some people should be arrested for assault, if that is a true allegation from that witness and then those others that were witnessing it. But to continue not to follow these leads and not to make an arrest, it is unacceptable at this point. It's simply unacceptable. We know.
So we got what we need. I think a lot more of what he gonna say is just reinforcing the fruits and veggies of what he just gave us, right? So we got the fruits and veggies of what we need from former Judge Moore. In regards to the fact that he feels there's been enough sufficient allegations to simply make an arrest. Now, an arrest doesn't mean that you'll be held. An arrest doesn't mean that you will be charged with anything crazy. But apprehension, some stiff interrogation, You know what I mean? There's enough for that. And that, to our knowledge, hasn't occurred. And so it does lend the question, like we asked yesterday when we covered the first piece that Judge Moore gave, former Judge Moore gave us. When we covered the first piece he gave us, it made me ask the question, how thorough has the investigation been, right? And I think we all can see from what we are able to know that it hasn't been all hands on deck. We're going to find what happened by any means necessary. Like Mississippi so in your face with it. Like they don't even care about the pressure from the public. They not even tripping off that. They like, this what we do. Like y'all look content creators and all that. Like we dealt with the Emmett Till situation. Like y'all ain't, this shit ain't, you feel me? It's protocol for them. You feel me? It's protocol. And listen, you could try to say, oh, you're trying to, no, I'm not nothing. I'm taking history into account. Is that not fair? Is it not fair to take the history of Mississippi into account when we discussing something that's happening in Mississippi right now? Bella said, my apologies. Hello, everyone. What's going on, Bella? Welcome in. Everybody 333 for Bella. Welcome to chat 333 and the classic codes. It's the best daytime live show on all streaming platforms. We here. 333 for Bella in the chat. Like and subscribe. It's free.
Classic.
We appreciate your input. Ricardo said, could be that the police know 90% of what went down, but are scared of the backlash from white people for releasing the information if it makes them look extremely guilty. You see they got the threes in the chat for you, Bella. Miss Chi-Town, you was in here hiding. What's going on? Walt Diesel said they do not fear FBAs. I don't think they, listen, man. They don't have nothing to fear. You know where we at? You see the threes in the chat for you, Bella. You welcome here. All the ladies welcoming you in. Walt said, we have to be a combination of people and nobody is afraid to mess with. Well, listen, Walt, that's what I push every day. And then I got folks telling me to calm down with that because, we can find a different way. So you never going to have enough soldiers when you got half the people wanting to be diplomatic and half the people wanting to go die about it. You just not going to have enough soldiers. That's not enough unity to get it done. You already don't got enough mass population in general to be divided. That ain't going to work. You're going to have to go recruit the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans. You're going to have to get the Dominicans, everybody in the melting pot cities. You're going to have to get them, all the black adjacents. You're going to have to grab them. You know what I'm saying? Vet them out as best you can. Grab them. You're going to have to, And then you got to weed out all the bad apples. All the blacks that ain't all the way bliggity, you got to weed them out because they'll crumble your shit from inside. Dead ass though. We could use a different analogy to make it less serious and make it more hypothetical and, make it feel a little less realistic just to soften our hearts a bit. Because covering this Nolan Wells thing, it could be a lot for y'all spirits, right? So let's think about an apocalypse, right? If there was a modern day apocalypse of some sort, there's no power, money doesn't matter anymore. The grid is down. There's been looting. A lot of people have perished already. Let's say we're a few weeks in. So you're down to like the people who know how to survive at that point. Those who wasn't going to make it, they didn't make it, right? People who had good hiding spots, they've been found. Right. So put yourselves in that place. Let's go take a little adventure real quick on this live stream. So you in the apocalypse. Do you realize there's different types of people who want to survive in different types of ways? That parallels to society today. So if it was apocalyptic and there's no government anymore, money doesn't matter anymore. The world is essentially lawless and it's just about survival. At that point, things are primitive again. Right. So you have some people who would be willing to meet with other people and try to commune, try to set up shop somewhere, try to build community, maybe build some form of reinforcement wall, right? Build some form of a military and try to like make a town, right? You got those type of people. Then you got people who will run around rogue. I feel safer by myself. I feel quicker. I feel lighter on my feet. I have less mouths to feed. I feel, you got people who going to run around rogue, right? Dolo, just them and maybe a dog or something, a well-trained dog, right? I Am Legend-ish, right? Then you got the people who want to, run in small packs and travel and constantly migrate to the next place where there's, fresh berries and things like that. Follow me real quick, chat. So when you have all these different ideologies, do you understand that in those circumstances, they're going to conflict? The people who travel and seek to, you know, grab resources and go, that's not always going to be friendly, right? Then you have the people who have set up shop somewhere who are extremely militant about not letting outsiders in. We've vetted everybody in here and we not taking no new people. And some of those people going to be shoot first, ask later. Right. So these things are things that you have to think about and parallel it to today's time. You have a bunch of different people with different ideologies on who they should love, how things should look, how things should be, how things should go. And you have people who are more radical than others. The thing about nature is, though, the most violent and savage people, they're going to thrive if you don't come up against them with violence and savagery. You cannot vote violence away. You can't ask it away. You can't request it away. You can't insist it away. And I'm going to just leave that on the flow. So what I'm saying is I'm the type of person, if it was an apocalypse, bro, I'm not trying to, like, I would kick a person out of my camp if they're the type of person to come back from hunting with some motherfucker that we don't know, talking about, hey, this is Raymond. I met him in the woods, man. He's been surviving out here for 2 weeks. And, you know, I told him about our camp and, you know, I brought him here to see if we could let him in. Next thing you know, that same night, 500 motherfuckers show up to the walls of the camp and run through our shit because you wanted to make friends with Raymond motherfucking ass. You see what I'm saying? It's different types of, I think I said all of that to say there's people who get it and there's people who don't get it, yo. Like, this world ain't as fa la 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 as y'all would like to believe. Show me a city, a state, a region, an area where there is a utopia. There isn't one. So all I'm saying is, war is being waged, and if you're not participating, you playing yourself. I can't. Yeah, Bella said, I'm with you, classic. Yeah, because on YouTube, you got to talk around things sometimes. Like, I can't be blunt with what I'm saying. Soft Rain said, everybody can't go. Exactly. But everybody loves Raymond. Yep. And you see how that get. Yeah, come on now. Yeah, it'll be hell on earth. Yeah, essentially. But ain't it? But look, depending on who you are, ain't it that already? A little bit, just a little bit. Think about the fact that, like, all right, if you look like me, you know what I'm saying? I'm 6'2", black man, locked hair, beard, right? And let's say my beard is scruffy. Let's say I'm not well kept that day. I done got a little scruffy and rough, so I'm looking kind of crazy. Let's say I go white tee, black jeans, black shoes for the day. Shit, I just walked out the house fitting the description. Think about it. I'm college educated. I'm sophisticated. I read books. I got a whole, you know what I'm saying? Like but just leaving out my crib, I fit the description of some shit that y'all think something crazy about. So just as much as I feel like, oh, I'm free and I could go get me some money and America's this great place, at any given time, any given day, at any given moment, I could get room just for looking how I look, folks. Just for looking how I look. I got ancestral beads on that I got from the freaking villages in the Dominican. You know what I'm saying? Like, but just for looking how I look, bro, I could be inconvenienced at the minimum by my government, inconvenienced at the minimum, and shit. Hate to, I'm not even gonna say the worst, at the maximum. I'm not even gonna say it out my mouth, at the maximum, just for looking how I look, folks. I could be on the way to a W-2 paying job, folks. Just for looking how I look, folks. So I don't know how free I could really feel. Like, I ain't even trying to be no pessimist, because you could go get you some bread. You could be black, go get you some bread. You know what I'm saying? You could take you up a white girl if that's what you want to do. You could feel free. You could feel free. Any given moment, though, any given day. Doing nothing wrong, bro. You could get stopped and inconvenienced for how you look, just for looking how you look. God just made me look like, I just look like this. I just look like I ain't do nothing. I just look like this. So I don't, you know, and that's not even no victim shit. That's not even no victim shit. That's just the cold hard reality of it. It ain't even no, I'm not a man who live my life in fear or none of that, but it's just what it is. It's happened already. Just trying to go to the 7-Eleven to get some slushies one time. Me, my brother, my cousin, and my other cousin. We 4 deep in the car. We ride to the 7-Eleven to go get some slushies real quick. It's a little chilly outside. It's a summer night. It's a little chilly outside. We having a video game marathon at the crib. The cousin standing at the house, right? We having a video game marathon at the crib. We like, man, let's go get some slushies and some chips. We slide to the 7-Eleven. It's like 11 p.m., 12 a.m., something like that, right? Boom. We hop out the car, go get our slushies. We on the way back, 7-Eleven up the street. We on our way back. Whoop, whoop. Police light us up. Boom. On God, within 60 seconds, 4 more squad cars pull up. They walk up, hey, we need y'all to step out the car. Niggas ain't even trying to talk about nothing. We need y'all to step out the car. My brother like, what's going on? What I get pulled over for? I ain't even do like I ain't do. He's like, get out the car. You know, on dummy. Just on dummy, bro. On dummy. So they put us on the curb. We cold as hell to the point we tucked our arms in our shirts. You know, they didn't pat us down, all that. They dumped us on the curb. They digging the car out. We shorties. This is my mama car. They digging the car out. I can't even drive yet. I'm not even driving age. My brother driving. Going all through the car looking for nothing. Looking for nothing. Boom. So long story short, they let all us except my brother get back in the car. They talking to him, talking about they end up telling him 2 dudes stole some VHSs. This let you know how long ago this was. Stole some VHS tapes from Blockbuster. 2 dudes. It's 4 of us. 2 dudes stole some VHS tapes from Blockbuster, and we fit the description. My brother said, what was the description? They said black male. So the whole rest of the night, y'all pulling up on all niggas outside going to the store, 6 cars deep. Niggas didn't say what they was driving, didn't say, just black male. So they was just going to harass all black people till they found the VHS tapes. Blockbuster. That's a lot of fucking police work for some VHS tapes at Blockbuster. But we can't get a thorough investigation for Nolan Wells, though. Y'all ain't expect that, right? You see what I'm saying? So then, but then, let me calm back down. But then when you show frustration, it's not warranted. You're an emotional man. You playing victim. You just another Negro being divisive. Everything is not about race and color. Your lived experiences and what you've been through with law enforcement has no bearings on what's happening right now, even though we can all see it with our eyes. You know, all this is what they try to diffuse us with, subdue us with, calm us down with. And I'm telling you, you have every right to be angry. I choose not to walk around angry all day because what I'm going to do with that? But if somebody is, I can't blame them. Yeah, so let me get to some of these comments. Black Mona said Mississippi was last state to ratify/approve the 13th Amendment. It didn't get approved until 1995 and then still had to be formally filed. And that didn't happen until February of 2013. Tony said facts. Kenzie said, yep. Ricardo said you a YN and don't even know it. Why you say that, G? Kinsley said glow. Yep. Yoli said true. They hunt for your footsteps. Yep. Patty said if we choose love, not fear, we all win and no one has to fight. I'd be careful encouraging people in a broadcast to perpetuate conflict. I haven't encouraged anybody to do anything, and everything I'm saying is alleged and for content creation purposes and entertainment. I haven't encouraged anybody to do anything. If that's what you took from my words, then that's what you took from my words. But I haven't encouraged anyone to go do anything. I haven't said, hey y'all, what we need to be doing is going to go blase skippity. Nope, sure haven't. Won't do that. I like my platform. Yeah. Time said classic. We are not free. You can feel it, but you are not free. People are not free. You can feel as free as you want, but you are not free. Yeah, you have moments where you feel free. Miss Chi-Town said, thankful my parents taught me about my family history, Black history, America's history, and world history. Definitely prepared to survive. Gotta be. A lot of survival will be proper vetting. We got money in the chat. Money, $5 super chat. Skipping the line is Black Mona. She said Mississippi was not in a hurry to approve the 13th Amendment, and they not in a hurry to get justice for Nolan. But we would call that consistency.
Classic.
Shout out to Black Mona for the super chat. We play some music on the back end of the show for that. For show. Patty said you got to have fear to be ready to meet violence with violence. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if you have to have fear, but fear will put you in the right headspace for sure. Because fear gonna heighten your senses. Fear make you more alert. Fear make you more aware. So yeah, fear is useful. I'm not against what you're saying, but I don't think that's the only way to be ready. Time said if it's a little chilly outside, that means it's September. Yeah, man, we had to sit on the curb for like 45 minutes while they went through a Nissan Sentra. So you do the math on that. YOLO said, this is the land of your captivity. You are not free. Yeah, we're a conquered people. And that's why I kind of was trying to figure out why the FBA thing was like, I don't know why the FBA thing, I understand it now. Thank y'all for explaining to me what it means. So I guess I would technically fall under the definition of that, but I don't know if it's like necessarily something I want to like be rooting or screaming to the mountaintops. Cause I mean, at the end of the day, we're a conquered people and we still live under conquered. We're conquered. So I don't know. I got mixed feelings about it, but I'd love to have a stream about it and let some of y'all come up. Bella was screaming it. Who else was in the chat talking about it? Definitely like to get some education on it. Time said, now imagine living in Mississippi. I heard stories about Alabama. Yeah. Bella said, stereotype, that is fine. Yoli said, when you get pulled over, agree with your advisory quickly. Yeah. I ain't gonna say shit. Unknown said all that for 2 damn VHS tapes. Yeah, but we can't get the autopsy back on a body. You see what I'm saying? Bella said stereotype at its finest. Richard said I get passes for BS because I'm quiet and people know I don't do nothing. Yeah, I tried that too. Time said classic. That had to be a good 2008 or 2011. You got those blockbuster fold in 2014. Yeah. Bella said for real. Hey, Yoli. Yoli said Black Bella. Let's see. Certainly haven't. Where did you hear that at? Hear what at? What you asked me about, Bella? Miss Washington said we have to be careful in these streets. Everyone's a target. In too deep. Said money. Yep. Shottown said facts. Mona. Brute force meets brute force. Tony Black said courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act in spite of it. Yes. Fear can make you more meticulous because you know the consequences of negligence. Absolutely. Fear has its place for sure. So fear is the only thing that heightens awareness. Nope. That's what I was saying. I was saying the opposite. I was saying there's fear does it, but there's more than that can do it. I agree. There's more than one way to get to every destination. Ms. Washington said they did the same thing to me with just me and 2 small kids. So I understand that wholeheartedly. I mean, that's just one experience. I could go on and on. And that's crazy that I could say that I can go on and on about, horrific experiences with law enforcement because my entire life I've been a person who just be staying out the way. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that I even have that bevy of experience to be a person who just be staying out the way, I can only imagine. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who in the way or somebody who mixy or somebody who do a lot, I can only imagine what they go through because I really be out the way. I drive the speed limit and everything. I drive like a grandma. I be chilling like overly. If I leave late, I'm just going to be late. Everybody in this chat that know me in real life will tell you that. Merch. I'm not rushing to get nowhere. I'll rush to leave, but I ain't going to rush to make it. And yeah, but nah, I don't. Richard said, that's a good thought. Do you feel free? Comedy Kid said, follow the law. Simple. Yeah. Yeah, but I think it's harder. I think it's harder to deal with the inconveniences of law enforcement when you are a law-abiding citizen. When you follow the law, you mind your business, and the police come messing with you. It is hard not to get an attitude because you like, listen, I wake up to do everything right, so I don't have to deal with y'all, and y'all forcing me to deal with y'all. You understand? So I think it's harder to be patient when you know that you stand out the way. I'm gonna be real. Time said every police system is corrupt. It truly is a gang. Heaven said the police in South Carolina is the reason I drive like an old person. Yeah, and you should pick your car accordingly. Trust and believe that. I drove a certain vehicle that I'm not going to say because I'm finna go right back to that mug. I drove a certain vehicle for a whole bunch of years in a row, and I never got pulled over. never got pulled over for years. I started driving something else, been bent on 5, 6, 7 times for nothing. So the type of car you drive definitely matters. Give me the 35-year-old white woman special, please. Yes, sir. Time said the government is a gang too. Don't you have blue states and red states? Bella said I was referring that to the person in the chat. Got you. Yoli said Judgment Day is here. It will get worse. Heaven said LOL. Exactly. Yup. Profiling is a real thing. But let's move off of what Judge Moore said and let's get into the latest interview with the with Nolan Wells' parents. So let's slide over to Nolan Wells' parents' latest interview. There are some interesting discoveries that I found through listening closely to this interview. Shout out to the Griot for providing us with this content. And again, I don't know what their policy is on copyrights. So I'll start the interview, but then I'm going to pull the interview down and just listen to the audio. All right, chat, just to protect my channel. But regardless of whether or not they'd like to copyright, shout out to the Griot for bringing this to us. And y'all should go over there and subscribe to them. I always try to promote other content creators if their info is available. All right, let's get to it, chat.
The story of Nolan Wells has gripped the nation. The 18-year-old went to Horn Island with friends on July 4th and never made it home. Tonight, his parents, Christine Wansley and Elmore Wansley, and their lawyer, Mr. Ben Crump, are here to share about their fight for the truth of what happened to Nolan and also to tell us who Nolan was. Before we talk about anything related to the case, I want to express my condolences to you, Christine and Elmore, and to just say that you have been so inspirational in the midst of your pain and grief, the way you have advocated for Nolan. And I just want to ask, how are you doing?
Hanging in there, praying a lot, leaning on our family, our faith, our friends.
Real quick before this get going, Time, you said we didn't even talk about the young boy Cyrus. Time, I'm gonna be real with you. Certain cases I don't talk about because I'll definitely get myself demonetized. You know, I got really good control over the things that come out of my mouth, but I am a victim of just a little bit of word vomit. And so it's the same reason why I didn't cover Carmelo Anthony. I did not cover certain things because this is more important or those are more important. If I was a person who was doing this stuff for virality, I would have covered each and every one of those things, right? And run it up, right? But I can only stand to talk about certain things from an emotional standpoint. I am a man that's Black in America, and I got my own lived experiences, and it's just certain shit that's gonna take me to a different space, verbally and otherwise. So I just stay away from it, bro. We gotta have restraint. We gotta know our limits. Some shit I just can't talk about in a public format, gang. Allegedly, all for content creation purposes and entertainment. Nothing's real here. Let's go.
Our community that has really just rallied behind us during this tragedy. But yeah, all we can do right now is just take it day by day. But most importantly, taking care of each other, supporting one another, and just trying to keep our emotions kind of under control. Because sometimes when you have, you know, tragedies like this, you want to be angry sometimes because you just want to know. But we've been, I feel like, doing a good job of just keeping each other accountable in that aspect of making sure that we stay level-headed whenever we're speaking, making decisions, etc.
Yeah, and there's so many amazing stories about Nolan that bring light in the midst of all of this. So I imagine that is helping as well. I want to ask, tell me, since you've been doing these interviews, have you heard anything new? What is the latest with the local investigation that is happening alongside of independent investigation?
So I'm going to be honest, we have not heard from our local authorities since last Tuesday. And that was because I sent a text. I was like, hey, this is Christine, Nolan's mom, just wanted to get an update. We received a phone call, basically really no updates. And that was it. We've heard from no one else.
So they haven't heard from the investigators since last Tuesday. It is Tuesday the 14th. So they haven't heard from them since the 7th. And they had no new updates. And since then, the autopsy hasn't come out from Mississippi either. So again, I'm just asking a stupid question. Are they trying? You see what I'm saying? Are they trying? Hey, listen, man. Hey, 2K, is 2K in here? Somebody who follow me and follow 2K, somebody send the bat signal out to 2K. I should text him right now because he told me it was a whole bunch of Black folks in Mississippi that couldn't wait for the day to prove that we are not our ancestors. And I'm trying to figure out When is them ninjas gonna slide? I'm asking. I'm not imploring them to. I'm not telling them to. I'm not hoping they do. I was told something. And so I'm inquiring about what I was told. When is they gonna slide? Because we showed this shit looking real Emmett Till.
Classic.
That's all I'm saying, folks. Looking like they gonna get away with it, like a thief in the night.
Wow, Mr. Crump, what's your reaction to that? Is there anything that indicates, is that abnormal for you as someone who's worked on many cases?
Big Ken in
It
the building
certainly
international.
is. If you put it in context, I know I had the opportunity to talk with Byron Allen, and Byron and I really had a deep exchange, because we talked about if the roles were reversed, this investigation would be handled totally different. I mean, you would have had those young men being interrogated. They would have been separated. It would have been like first 48. If you had 3 young black men with 1 young white man, and that young white man ended up dead. And so what Elmore and Christine and all of us have been saying, we want a zealous investigation for our son too. We want you to do for our son what you would do for anybody's son and get to the bottom of this, because it's not adding up. And the fact that it seems like it's such a laissez-faire investigation. We take whatever they say as the gospel. We don't, press them on anything. We don't cross-examine them on anything. They say, Nolan said, I volunteer that I'm just going to stay behind. And I'm not even going to ask for my cell phone. They just take that as a grain of salt. And they know their child. They know the young person they raised. He would not have done those things, but they have articulated that over and over again. And so we have to hold everybody accountable. The local officials, the boys on the boat, everybody have to be held to account.
And to that point, I would like to ask, Elmore, you have spoken about conversations that you had with Nolan about staying with a group, always keeping in contact. Can you open up a little bit more about that father-son coaching that often happens with dads and boys, about how to move about in this world? Because I think it's really powerful.
I think I can really thank my mother for that, because I grew up with a lot of cousins, and I was the smallest of the bunch, so I had to kind of defend myself against them a lot. But one thing that always stood out with us, with my family, was if we come together, we stay together. If one cousin fight, everyone fights. And I preach that same thing to my kids. If you go somewhere with someone, you come back with them, no matter what. Don't let a girl separate you from your safety net. It's plenty of girls. You see one here, you see one there. So for them to come back and that'd be the first thing that come out their mouth, like he decided to stay on the island and we left, that when they said that automatically just turned me off, but it turned on a question like, I know he wouldn't do that. Mm-hmm. I preach that to him every day. He would not do that. So you telling me that you're lying to me just off the rip, you're lying to me. I can't believe it. And I won't believe that.
I saw that today for the first time, because really a lot of folks who were there have been silent. We saw, people taking down their Facebook. It was almost an instant reaction that people went into to protect themselves. But Trayston Shepard described himself as Nolan's best friend. He gave an interview saying that he was the one who was yelling in one of the viral videos that people had been questioning, and said that it wasn't Nolan in the video, that it was him. And that.
All right, before she get to this response on this, the Trayston Shepard guy, right? So I know y'all like classic. Why you ain't reporting on the dude who said it was him in the video and all? So this is what I've been doing as I've been covering this. For those of y'all that are coming to me for the updates, specifically, I know somebody just said Don Lemon is live right now with Judge Moore and he going off. We'll get to that. But the fact that we competing with Don Lemon and it's almost 100 people in here, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the classic codes and shout out to the chat.
Classic.
We fighting with Don Lemon right now, chat. We live at the same time. Let's go, chat. Yeah, hit the share button. Turn up on Don ass. Let's get it. But no, my fault. That's some content creator, competition stuff. But no, listen, she's about to ask about Trayston, the guy who pretty much tried to dispel the audio of the video. You know what I'm saying? Like try to dispel that was Nolan's voice asking for his phone back. It's very important what the mother is about to say about this guy. So I wanted to pause here and say that so y'all don't let that just roll by, because we just listening to the audio and sometimes it is just slide by. Listen to what the mom say about this kid who came out with this account of all this stuff. And he remembered exactly at 4 o'clock, Nolan was still in the water, chilling with everybody else outside of the framing of the camera. And that couldn't have been Nolan over there because Nolan was 6'2". I'm 6'2". Standing around a bunch of people that are 5'11", you ain't going to be a tower. Okay. So the Trayston guy, we about to get to his ass right now. Let's go.
Nolan met a girl that day that he really liked, even though he never, interacted with this girl before. Her name was Katie. Have you spoken to Trayston since Nolan's passing? And how are you responding to his account of what happened?
So first of all, we don't know Trayston. We've never met him. So to say,
first of all, we don't know him. He said what? Huh? Who is Trayston? Oh, he got a picture with Nolan. Man, who is Trayston?
I barely know who the fuck you are. The fuck you.
Mom Duke said, we don't know him. Who is that? Trayston? You said Javon? No, Trayston.
I barely know who the fuck you are. The fuck.
Who is Trayston? Yeah, he said he was around Nolan all day and he knew when Nolan was in the water and it was him that got into an argument and a fight and everything. But at the same time that he got into an argument and in a fight, he knew everything that Nolan was doing while he was doing all the stuff he was doing. He was paying his exact attention to what Nolan was doing. Huh? He didn't have his phone. He was arguing with his girl. He wanted to fight a dude. He got put on a boat. He was trying to get off a boat. He yelled in the background of a video while he doing all of that. He know exactly what Nolan in particular, out of the 200 people on the sand and the beach and the water and the boats, he doing all of that, stirring up all this ruckus. And at the same time, he was conscious of what No was up to. Huh? So we not reporting on Trayston. Trayston either got some bread or a threat and start talking in the favor of them folks that's trying to get away with this, is what it sounds like to me. Now, this is all alleged for content creation purposes and entertainment. But what ain't alleged is Mom Dukes just said, we don't know Trayston.
I barely know who the fuck you are. The fuck.
So that ain't alleged. We don't know you folk. You ain't stayed by the house. We don't know your folks. You see what I'm saying? We don't. You was an associate at best. You was a constituent. You was a classmate. Because guess what? If you was his friend, you would have stood on something whenever what was going on. Because somebody knows something. I'm not buying nothing. Somebody knows something. You could sell it on clearance. I'm not buying it. Somebody knows something. Okay, let's follow their story. Let's follow the judge story. Let's follow Judge what's her name story, right? So the boys went with Nolan, right? They went with Nolan, right? And then they was getting ready to go. Nolan was like, nah, I'm finna stay back, talk to Shorty. I'm feeling Shorty, right? They was like, bet, we gonna keep your phone. He was like, yeah, just take my phone. I'm gonna get it later, right? He let them leave, and then all of a sudden, he just dead. What happened? How did y'all, okay, y'all left him. How he died? He was out there on the beach breathing, talking to Shorty, and he just died? Nah, he went for a swim, and all of a sudden his ability to swim, he lost his ability to swim, couldn't swim no more. And all the people that was there, didn't nobody see folks drown. And that's just the way it is. He went off solo somewhere for a solo swim. It ain't go his way, and that's what we gonna find out when we get these autopsies back. Huh? Y'all would like for us to be stupid. Y'all would like for us to be stupid. Come on, man. You gotta sell it to somebody that's in the market for the bullshit. Come on now.
It's already out there.
I be trying not to crash, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, what we talking about? We don't know Trayston. We don't know, fool.
best friend, childhood friend, that's a bit of a stretch. We've never met him. He's never been to our home. Now, if you were to say that about Jalen or Javon, I would say absolutely. You could say that those are childhood friends, those are best friends because they've been to our home. We know their family. We're close to, their mother. But this young man, I maybe high school, they started hanging out or, kind of been around each other. But again, we don't know him. And not to discount anything he has said, which of course, still trying to rule those things out. But I mean, he has communicated. He did offer his condolences, which we appreciate. And he did let me know about that tidbit, which of course, like I've been telling everyone, if you have any information, forward that over to the local authorities. Make sure also forward that over to our legal team as well, just to make sure that we're looking at everything.
And this girl, Katie, who has been cited. Oh, yes, Mr. Crump, go ahead.
Let me say this to the young man. Not only does his parents, but some of his friends, they reject this notion about, he said, oh, he would just volunteer to stay. They're saying Nolan would never do that. So his friends are saying he doesn't really know Nolan if he's saying that Nolan volunteered to stay there. And we've had so many people now calling our call center saying where there was this argument and then 10 minutes later, there was another argument. But those people who have called said, no, Nolan was in an argument. And so now we have to continue to investigate to try to figure out everything that happened. But we absolutely do not accept that he volunteered to stay behind and he volunteered not to have his cell phone with him.
Yes, it's definitely unusual for any teenager to part with their cell phone. This young woman, Katie, who's been cited in these various recollections of what happened that day, do you know if she's been identified? Has anyone spoken to her?
She has been identified. I do not know if anyone has spoken to her. Again, we just have not heard much, right, from our local authorities, which we're glad that we have kind of taken this course, however it may end. We're glad we did, because just because of this right now, not, being able to have that communication. I just would think with situations like this, they would be more forthcoming, like, hey, let us keep you up to date. We understand the seriousness of the situation and, what you guys are going through. So yeah, but we don't know. We've never met Katie. I've never seen her in my life. She did reach out to me initially, just saying basically like it was a hey and bye.
Come on, man. Why the people talking the most? We don't know them. Oh yeah, he was with Katie. Who is Katie?
I barely know who the fuck you are. The fuck.
Who is Katie? Chat, who is Katie? Who is Tracing? Listen, y'all know what this is, chat. If Mom Dukes and Pops don't know you, folk, you know what I'm saying? Come on,
Remember
chat.
this day. Remember this day.
We not listening. We don't know them. You know what I'm saying? No, G, don't laugh, G. It ain't funny, G. Don't laugh, G. Come on, Shawty, don't laugh, G. We don't, come on, folk. Who is Katie, folk? We don't, who is that? And Pops know who he bringing through the crib. We don't know Katie, folk. And then they see Katie, look, and moms will see Katie and be like, that's not even his type. Hey, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, chat.
Remember this day. Remember this day.
Come on, man. Y'all got to stop playing with me. Nobody knows who that is. Nobody knows who that is. Nobody knows her. Talking about she was a one-off. Okay, so the one-off was so cracking, I'm going to leave my phone and stay on an island with her? We going Gilligan? Katie so fine, she made Nolan want to go Gilligan. Man, you got to sell it to somebody who buying. Come on, man.
I've been trying to find good people for so long. I'm tired, bro.
Come on. Yeah, who this? Yeah, come on. You see what I'm saying? Ray Stone, who the leave the phone and the keys? Yeah, I don't need nothing. I'm with Katie. What? Come on, chat. Hey, they'll play right in your face. Look, she said, Katie. Who the hell is Skylar said right? Who the fuck is Katie? Don't nobody know Katie, chat. Hey, in the chat. Hey, chat. 333 if you don't know Katie, folks. 33. I'm gonna kick it off. 333 in the chat if you don't know Katie, folks. Don't nobody know Katie, folks. Moms don't know Katie. Dad don't know Katie. Nolan ain't even know Katie, but he gonna leave his phone and his keys for Katie, folks. Come on, G. Stop playing with me, G. Hey, I'm trying to laugh to keep from crying. Hey, what is y'all talking about? They gonna try to get away with it like that? Just a miscellaneous female. No disrespect to Caitlyn or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She miscellaneous though, G. We don't even know that one. We don't even know that one. Nolan had him now. We know he had the glow. We know No had the glow. We know he had him, but she wasn't one of them. She wasn't on the 15-man roster. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When Mom Duke say I don't know her. Come on now. Come on now. And Mom Dukes will meet some work every now and again. It could just be some works, and Mom Dukes might bump into some work. You wouldn't even know work. Come on, folks. We not. The man, his life is lost. We gonna talk to some work? Come on, folks. Stop playing with me. Bella said, Katie, that bad, huh? It's plain. It's a plane. Come on, man. I don't trust no woman that much to leave my phone behind. Come on, G. Look at the threes in the chat. Don't nobody in the chat know Katie, folks. Stop it. Listen, folks. Hey, man. And she was probably a snowball. Yeah. Mom, who this Katie young lady? Yeah. The mom was like, who is this Katie young lady? Yeah, Katie must give you an explode when you look at her. Get the fuck. Come on, man. She wasn't in the gym with him. Yeah, come on, man. And he was locked in doing 2 a days with Pops all summer, G. He not throwing it away for Katie, folk. Hey, man, y'all got to stop, G. The Pops keep emphasizing how locked in he was. We know when a man is locked in, G, that Katie didn't matter that much, G. You got the, I'm telling you, folks, you can't put, you can mark that shit down 75%, send it to the outlet. We don't want it, folks. I'm talking about you could put a 90-day return policy on it. We don't want it, folks. Hey, sell it with a free 2-year warranty. We don't want it, folks. Cause who the hell is Katie, folks? Who is Katie, folks?
It's already out there.
Nah. Being Crump, keep that foot upon neck, gang. Let's go.
Type situation. And I was like, that's not what I'm getting from other people. So like I said, before, a lot of inconsistencies, and we just want transparency and a very thorough. Met Katie. I've never seen her in my life. She did reach out to me initially, just saying basically like understand the seriousness of the situation and what you guys.
Hold on, G. I want to make this real clear because this mom's talking. That's why you got to make it clear. I want to make this real clear, chat. Because they listen. When we get this shit to trial, this gonna matter. They might play this in the courtroom. That's how influential the classic codes is. They don't know. My reach longer than Stretch Armstrong. Look. I want this to be plain.
We're going through. So yeah, but we don't know. We've never met Katie. I've never seen her in my life. She did reach out to me initially. I'm just saying basically like it was a hey and bye type situation.
It's already out there.
I don't want to hear shit else about Tristan or Katie. I don't want to hear shit else about Tristan or Katie. We don't know you, folk. What Future say? We don't trust you. We don't know you, folk. We not doing that. We not playing no stupid games.
And I was like, that's not what I'm getting from other people. So like I said, before, a lot of inconsistencies, and we just want transparency and a very thorough investigation, just like they would do for anyone else.
Mr. Crump, can you speak to what is the sort of game plan for the next few months to even 6 months? What is the ideal situation for how this plays out?
Certainly. Natasha, I did want to just briefly remark on your last question. We have an investigation team that are talking to dozens of witnesses now. So we are trying to dot every I, cross every T. And as we get those reports, we want to report to the family what people are saying in these interviews. So that's important. And I believe Katie is one who they are planning to talk to if they haven't already talked to her today. With that said, we are on a ferocious search for the truth. We plan on having, you know, the independent autopsy preliminary findings to present, because we know when you deal with the state and the government, they can take for months before they release an autopsy.
Oh my God. Ben Crump just said when you're dealing with the state and the government, they could take months with an autopsy. Now, you know, Ben Crump, he country. He gonna call it an autopsy, but we know what he mean. Listen, months for a simple drowning, months to come back with the results of a simple drowning. Little toxicology gonna find that he just had some beers in his system. That take months. We not doing that, chat. We not doing that, chat.
Yo, turn the car around. Give me the walk.
Crump doesn't seem to know much. Listen, yet. Wait till that autopsy come back. Brandy said, yes, so many kids have spoken to Crump and they have videos. Come on now. Tom said the two nobodies, who is Katie, who is that dude? I don't know him. Yeah, folks. We don't know them people. Yeah, look, Tom said that lets you know that it's not simple. I think there was a foul play and I think it was a fight. Listen, what I will tell y'all is this. Ben Crump do got a call center. They are taking phone calls where these children could feel safe to call in and help with this investigation. And he's not going to tell us everything that he's getting. He not. They don't pay him that much money to be crazy. He ain't going to tell us everything he getting. I think they know more, way more than they willing to let us know right now. You got to understand, Ben Crump about that paper, and people talk about that like it's a bad thing. I've never known a lawyer to not be about their money. I think it's counterproductive to not be about your money as a lawyer. So I thought that was just commonplace, but maybe that's bad because you black and you getting the money. I don't know, but black people be hating on Ben Crump for being about money, and I don't get it. Nigga could represent me any day. Let's get paid. But especially when you can't bring the life back, I might as well be able to have enough fucking money to move out of America permanently or something. You know what I'm saying? Can't get my baby back. So yeah, but nevertheless, y'all are entitled to feel how y'all want. But what I'm saying is he's going to say something very important. You can't force a state to make it a criminal case. But what you can is you can seek civil justice. So that is what that is. Gang says, shut your BS up. Oh my God. I would love to see you in person. Oh my God. But we gonna block you on the internet. But God, whoo! I would love for you to say that to me in person. I got enough pent up Nolan Wells, Carmelo Anthony energy in me to make it right. Shawnee said, allegedly. Shawnee said they all know everything, acting like they don't know anything until they can't. It's all about milking. Yeah. At this point. Yep. Where are the arrest warrants for the judge and the guy? Come on now. That's what we trying to figure out. But I'm gonna go to the judge video in a minute. But we got to get through the rest of this because Nolan's mother gonna say something very, very important as well. I'll see y'all in the chat. We gonna move. Let's go.
Seen it in the past on other cases we interviewed with you all, Natasha, where they took 6 months, they took a year just to come release the autopsy. We plan on trying to make sure we can retrieve these deleted messages. That's going to be really important. We know that others deleted their messages. If law enforcement wanted to convince us they were doing a thorough job, they would say, no, those messages, you all do activating your social media and whatever texts and snaps that happened on that July 4th weekend, those can be very relevant to why Nolan Wells ended up dead. So why aren't you all retrieving those text messages and those snaps? Because again, as Byron and Allen talked about with so much conviction, that would have been the level of scrutiny and zealousness had the roles been reversed. And so that's what we keep fighting on. But I do believe this, Natasha. Young people are talking. There are a lot of young people out there. Nobody believes that Nolan either fell off a boat or jumped in the water without people seeing it. That would make no sense. And if that is the case, then why didn't people try to help him? Or people didn't try to do anything? It's not adding up. It is not adding up.
One of the things that has really just confounded so many people is, again, this question of a cell phone being separated from a young person and other people possessing that cell phone, but not knowing where the young person is. Do we have any more insight into who passed the phone to who? What's the explanation for how the cell phone ended up in someone else's hands? Elmore, Christine, do you know?
So it's unclear. Like I said, and Elmore has said, I just cannot fathom Nolan leaving his phone.
Man, can't nobody fathom Nolan leaving his phone, Christine Wells and Elmer Wells. We with you, gang. I got my phone right here. Can't fathom.
Even his best friends are like, no, if Nolan was going to stay anywhere, if theoretically, because we know that's not Nolan's character. But theoretically speaking, if he were to, then what he would say is, hey, man, give me my phone. Let me grab my phone or something. He would take his phone. So to sit there and say that, oh, you know, he just left his phone, like, that's hard for me to believe. I don't see any teenager without their phone. I mean, I have to keep my phone on me, you know, at all times. So no. But as far as like the retrieval, when the boys called, you know, I was tracking, I was like,
okay, she said the boys called. Multiple boys called her. So okay, let's go.
He's on land. Like, what do you mean? And they're like, no, his phone is not with him. And so my friend Tashima, she went to go pick the phone up because we were trying to figure out who do we call to file this report with. As I'm being told by his friends, like, oh, don't worry, like, you know, we're gonna find him. It's gonna be okay. Absolutely not. Don't ever tell a parent that. Don't ever.
They told his mama. These boys called his mama the night of his passing, allegedly. Told her, because she was already tracking the phone. So they told her, oh, it ain't gonna show where he at, cause we got it. She already looking for him at this point. The boys call her. She like, I'm tracking the phone. It's showing he on land. Hey, chat, is it possible that when she was tracking that phone was still on Nolan's person? Is it possible, chat? Follow me. When she was tracking that phone, was that phone on Nolan's body on land? And when they realized she was tracking that damn phone, they took that phone off of him and said, he don't got it, we got it, to cover up for the fact that they didn't want to locate the body?
Classic.
Allegedly. Just speculation. All for content creation. Was that phone in Nolan's pocket on his body when she tracked it? And they had to take it off of him and tell her, we got the phone, so she didn't locate his body? And the search party ain't find him because he was still on land, and then they went and dropped him off, and all of a sudden he washed up somewhere where they already looked at? Do that make more sense than the story of we left him at the beach and he woke up dead? All speculation, all speculation, all speculation, all alleged, all just Inspector Classic, not Gadget, Classic. You understand me?
Classic.
Y'all seen Training Day. I'm surgical with this bitch, Jake. When she tracked that phone and that phone said he was on land, when she used Life 360, shout out to Life 360. If we trying to figure out what we gonna do with him, cause he already down. If he already down, we gonna stop using certain words for the algorithm. He's down. We in how we gonna get away with it mode. Mom Duke started making fun. We done already called the Coast Guard allegedly, because they said they didn't get a call. Now they did get a call, but the call didn't warrant a response. Missing person warrants a response. So if you did call the Coast Guard at 11 o'clock and they deemed that it didn't warrant a response, what did you call them and tell them? Because if you called them and told them it was a missing person, they're going to start looking. So if it didn't warrant a response, what you call them and tell them? If you called them at all, because how they didn't have a call, now they do got a call. Everything's fishy, chat. I smell fish. All right. So you already talked to the Coast Guard. Now Mom Duke's on the hunt. Y'all realize from talking to mama that mama tracking the phone. Now she talking to a group of y'all. How this go? Let's play it out. She on the phone with a group of them on speaker. Yeah, we're don't worry, we're gonna find him. Well, I'm tracking his phone, and his phone's showing that he on land. Nolan land right here with the phone in his pocket. They looking at each other. They got her on speaker. They looking at each other. Oh shit, man. And let's say metaphorically, hypothetically, allegedly, all for speculation purposes, the mama judge that's helping them play the game too. She's standing right there too, like shh, shh. They put her on mute real quick. Tell her that he doesn't have his phone. Tell her that he doesn't have his phone. Tell her that we have his phone. While he laying right there with the phone in his pocket. They get off the phone with mama, take the phone out the pocket, return the phone to mama friend because mama friend went and got the phone. They return the phone to mama friend while they figure out what they gonna do with the rest of this right here. The search parties go out, can't find him because he ain't out there. Allegedly, right? I'm just following me. Speculation. They can't find him because he ain't out there to be found. Next day, they find him because he been dropped off. All speculation. Just speculation. But listen, this speculation make more sense than we left him there alive and then he just turned up dead. We don't know nothing about nothing, but we did have his phone and his keys and shit. Huh? Don't let, man, listen, bro. I do 12 better than 12. Inspector Classic will figure it out. Shit, I might have just solved this motherfucker, chat. I ain't gonna hold you. All I did was pay attention. You said ridiculous channel. Then leave. This shit optional. This shit optional. What you here for? And you took the time to type. Stupid. Bella said they never. Hey, look, we don't even know him. Hey, chat, do y'all know him? We know this motherfucker about as much as Katie. Hey, bro, we don't know you like we don't know Katie, folk. You, Katie, Tracing, we don't know y'all, folk. We don't know y'all at all.
I barely know who the fuck you are. The fuck you mean?
So I ain't even gotta do nothing with you. You probably already gone, low key. I can't lie. Somebody gonna say I already got him. Inspector Classic is crazy. Optional. Yeah, it's optional. He said, thank you, bye. Don't say bye, just leave. Fuck you talking about? Keep it Irish. Irish goodbye. Just dip. What you talking about? Yeah. Hey, look, and I'm gonna make sure you can't come back. Let me block you for you. Let me block you for you. Fuck you talking about? Hey, I got it, chat.
Yo, turn the car around. Give me the what?
Yeah, hey, look. Godzilla said, wait, was that Katie in the chat? Probably. Bella said, Jimmy Jams, move around, sir. He already cooked. It's over with. Hey, in too deep, it's already over with. It's already over with. Life sentence. Time said, I believe Katie's cousin was in the chat. We don't know who you are. Yeah, we don't know you. We don't know you. Hey, B said in too deep, said be easy with the yeah, it's already over. Big Skull said right. If he drowned, his phone and keys should have been on his body or in proximity. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. We ain't going for it. And then they told the mama, for all the mothers in the chat, I ain't trying to pull on y'all heartstrings, but y'all looking for y'all child and somebody tell you, don't worry. Huh? You black mama looking for your black baby. Group of little white boys you be kicking it with tell you, don't worry, we'll find him. And we got his phone and his keys. Come on, man. Hey, listen, shout out to Christine Wells. Shout out to Elmer Wells. Cause hey, listen, brother, where I'm from,
the Chicago, nigga.
Hey, listen, black mama looking for black baby that was hanging out with white boys, and y'all talking about y'all got his phone and his keys, and he gonna be all right. Don't worry. I ain't gonna lie to you. In Chicago,
natural born crash dummy, and he go crash out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Bang Wolf said, good energy in here, baby moms, idiot, baby daddy. Let's see, Classical said, let me see, Time said, Classic, I think you've done solved the case, bro. Real talk. I might have just solved it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I might have just solved the case. Hey, Bella, hey, chat, Brandy, Bella, everybody in here, Godzilla. Do it sound like I just solved this joint? Do it sound like I just solved it? Godzilla said, what happened in Chicago? People gonna pull up. I don't know. It's some I don't know that. I can't even say. I ain't gonna speak on it. 305 in the building. What up? Shit, fuck you mean? Don't worry. Definitely crossing. Shit, fuck you mean? Yeah, see? Chicago in the chat, G. They not, hey, look, no, I don't know if that's gonna work. I might have cracked the codes today, chat. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sammy said no. Brandy said you own it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Somebody tell me, talk to me real quick. Do that sound about right? Let's say Nolan made it back to land with the boys. And they just, okay, let's do this. We got to play all the timelines out. So let's say the pool party photo is from June and it's not from July, right? So he go back on the boat with the boys and just him and the boys kicking it, right? It ain't no party. It's just them. So that would explain the lack of witnesses to last time we seen Nolan was at Horn Island, because didn't nobody ride with him but his friends. So if he left with them, everybody gonna definitely say, hey, the last time we saw him was blah da 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 da, you know, because he left, right? So let's say he go back with the boys. Something happened, you know what I'm saying? Malicious or otherwise. This all alleged, all speculation. Something happened, malicious or otherwise, and Nolan passed, right? Oh fuck, we got to get away with this. Call the Coast Guard. You know, mom's giving out the play. Call the she turning to Brett Favre. Blue 42. Call the Coast Guard. We gonna tell them this. We gonna put him in the boat. We gonna da 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 da. But problem is, mama got Life 360. I'm tracking his phone. They takes, you know what I'm saying? I'm tracking his phone and show his phone on land. She say goddamn say at your house. Oh well, because I got the phone. Whole time Nolan right there. But he already gone. See what I'm saying? That sound like I'm just, hey. You see what I'm saying? And then Mom Dukes or Pops didn't go get the phone. There wasn't no search warrants. Wasn't no nothing. So he could have easily been wrapped up and put in the boat and tucked real quick, and we gonna slide him out there when the time is opportune.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
You see what I'm saying? Sammy said, it okay. We are mapping every single BLM type and prepping them for deportation and revolt. I don't even know. Who are you? Who are you? We don't know you like Katie. Your ass gone too. What is you talking about? Ted said solved. Brandy said, yep, he was in the boat the whole damn time. That do sound like it could be how it went down. Yeah. Hey. We just paying attention to what we look, we just paying attention.
It's already out there. It's already out there.
Let me see if I can find let me see. Alex said, right, Sammy. Sammy said, you are being baited into losing your citizenship. Okay. Let's see. Lex, you agree with Sammy? I'm just trying to see if I should block you too. Make sure you respond. You agree with Sammy? I'm just trying to see if we should block you too, because we don't, like, over here in my chat, we try to have a real solid conversation, whether we agree or disagree. But like the trolling, it be getting in the way. And my wrenches, they heavy. Oh no, not that. Okay, bet. Cool. Thank you for clarifying. You see how I act? I ain't trigger happy. You see how I act? I just need to see. Look, I got him. Yeah. I just checking. Radar said, let me see. I don't know if a motive would help, right? A motive would though. You blocking everybody that don't agree? No, I'm blocking everybody that's talking crazy. If you disrespectful, you gotta go. You could disagree all you want, but if you come here calling people outside their name or you getting wild with it, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta go. This is my chat. I run my show how I want. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. If you want to do it a different way, you got to do it on your show, Drew. Respectfully though. You could disagree, just don't talk crazy. We not doing that. Like, yeah, that's not man shit. Let's see. Black Mona said, It be the people in the vertical tripping. Them be bots though. You got to realize most of the people on the internet that be doing that, them not even real people. They bots. Steve said when they find out how he died, no matter what it is, I hope nobody tries to cover it up. Well, the cover up already started allegedly, right? So yeah, Bella said straight up, be respectful. In Too Deep said, and we like clipping, too though. Yeah, facts though. The wrenches be needing a reason. They just want a reason. But let me see if I can pull up this Don Lemon. Did Don Lemon go off live yet? I'm gonna see if I can pull it up real quick and go to the part where the judge was going off. Y'all said I'm gonna try to see if I can get straight to it for y'all. I got a couple minutes to spare, so I just want to give y'all a full breakdown. But we gonna move off of Nolan Parent's latest interview. I just wanted to cover some bits and pieces of that were very revealing. Like the people that's doing the most talking don't even got no real rapport with the family. So it's like, how significant are their voices and how well did they really know Nolan? Because the people that really knew him, you know what I mean? The parents could vouch. Let me see. He's still alive. I can't broadcast his live while he's still alive. Let me see. Yeah, Don Lemon's still live. So I'm not going, because he could flag me for that. He's still actively on his live stream. So I'm not going try to share screens while he actively on live. But I will cover it tomorrow. Whatever the judge stated, Judge Carlos Moore, whatever he stated on Don Lemon, I will cover it tomorrow. For sure. Let me get to some of these chats, though. Uncle Plug said, don't worry, Lisa, I'm headed over there with the scope. Yeah. Penny said, I'm real white and from Mississippi, and you good on here. Next, better than most. Keep it up. Appreciate it, Penny. You said you white and from Mississippi. That's what's up. What's the would you concur that the history of Mississippi is kind of consistent? Oh, you said I'm better than most. Oh, for sure. Well, look, this my thing, Penny. Speaking to the whole chat, but you as well. Here's the thing. I'm an objective person. I try to call things for the way I can clearly see them, and justify and logically explain them. So if I have a take on something and you ask me how I arrived there, I can articulate it to you and explain it to you how I got to that. And if you disagree, I'm fine with it. But at least you know that my take is not rooted in nonsense, rhetoric, or cliches, right? It's rooted in some type of intellect, research, or observation or assessment, if you will. And so that's where I stay. That's where I'm at. And I understand that that's going to, honesty, truth, reality. These things are unpopular in today's time where delusion is the preference. And so the real going to gravitate to my channel. That's why people come and stay. Make sure y'all hit like and subscribe if y'all just got here. And, and the people who want to stay, peacefully or pleasantly delusional, they not going to like it here. It ruffles their feathers. It grinds their gears. They want to operate inside of this utopic mindset they have, but they don't live in a physically utopic world. There's no utopia. Nature consists of conflict every day. So that's just what it is. And so I just try to stay inside of the framework of reality and just play right where we at. Penny said, you know what is right and you know what is wrong. No, for sure. Tom said Emmett Till happened in Mississippi. Every Mississippi had their own laws for black people, and the government knew that. Yeah. You already know him. Godzilla said, Classic Homes, tell me why Nolan was found a day later in the same place they already searched, why he didn't wash up that night. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I think he said Classic Homes. Sir, hey, Sherlock Classic. You feel me? Classic Homes. Yeah. No, I just explained it, bro. I think my theory is this, bro. I always said it because I debunked it already. Y'all go watch my video where I cover Jalen's interview with TMZ. Javon, not Jalen. Javon. I covered Javon's interview with TMZ, right? And Javon clearly gave a clear timeline. He said, I was talking to Nolan. I actually was standing there talking to Nolan. He said what Nolan said to him. Love you, bro. Woo, you having a good time, whatever. They just chopping it up as bros. He went to go break up the fight that I guess was with Trayston. We don't know Trayston. But I guess he went to go break up the fight Trayston was getting in, even though we don't know him, right? We with the Wells family. So we don't know him. But he went to go break that up. He said it took about 15, 20 minutes to get that situated. Came back to where he was with Nolan, and Nolan's boat and the boys that were on it were gone. Those were his exact words. So the whole Nolan never left the island, based on what we've heard from somebody who actually put themselves out in the public visually with their face and their name and spoke to a source like TMZ. He stated that they left. If they left and Nolan was still there, he never said that he kept talking to Nolan even though the boys were gone. Nolan left, right? Allegedly, based on what Javon said. So if he left, that means whatever happened to him back on land. And that would explain why his phone and his keys was back on land. But because mama was tracking phone, they had to play the we got the phone, but we left him there. Now, if their story was different, if their story was never we left him on the island, if that was never their story, then they could have did something different about that phone thing. But since their story was he's here and his phone is here, it's suspicious. You see what I'm saying? So I'm thinking the phone was on him while she was tracking it, but he wasn't with us no more already. Come on, man. That make too much sense, allegedly. All for content creation purposes and entertainment. It make too much sense. Money. We got a $5 super chat. Black Mona said, just supporting. Thanks for bringing great content to the space and being so respectful to the situation. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Gratitude for the super chat. Black Mona supporting the channel. Chat 333, the best on all streaming. Let me see here. We're going to play some music before we get up out of here, too. Miss Washington said, you'll be kicking butt and taking names. Penny said, I live different place than them. My black friends wouldn't have went out there in the first place. I'm sorry they wouldn't. Penny, I ain't mad at you for saying it, how you said it, and being real about it. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? She said, not alone, not like that. When the autopsy is due. This is the part of the interview that I didn't get to with Noah's parents. But here's the thing. They kept speaking about how big Noah's heart was. I mean, I keep saying Noah, Nolan. And my apologies. Y'all know what I mean. The names are very close. But Nolan's parents keep talking about how big his heart is and his spirit was and how inviting he was and how warm he was. And even his mother and father spoke about warning him about being too friendly and being so inviting, right? And I even spoke to the fact that people who are like that, not just Nolan, but folks with those spirits, they do have to be careful because they can get taken advantage of in so many different ways. And I pointed to that spirit can lead you to being a bit naive about the true nature of human beings. But his parents actually expressed that they specifically taught him and his siblings the history of Mississippi. So Nolan was not naive to the understanding of what has occurred in the state that he lives in, the lineage of perhaps the friends that he hung around. So he wasn't ignorant. That doesn't mean that you can't still be naive, because naive could mean that you're just making an exception for some, right? You view this person as an exception to the rule, right? What they say about us, you're one of the good ones. You're not like the rest of them, right? You're looking at your white friends like that, like they're not like that. When indeed, more of them than we are comfortable with acknowledging are still to this day very much like that.
Classic.
And I get that conversations be making people uncomfortable in reality too for a lot of folks, but that's what it is. The country was built on racism, literally. And y'all swear that the shit is like rainwater and it just evaporated. Like, this shit real. Penny said he looks like a sweet young man. So much evil in this world. This place has an evil past. Former Judge Carlos Moore just did an interview on Don Lemon Pocket. Yeah, I know, but Don's still live, so I can't show it. I'm gonna cover it tomorrow for y'all. I got y'all. Most whites are bad. I didn't say that. I don't even know that all racist people are bad. They're just excessively tribal. And hear me out when I say that. So like I've listened to some interviews from some KKK members, like supremacists, right? And a lot of them will explain that they just want to be segregated. They want to have a space and a place where they do what they do and everything is white as could be. They don't want Mexicans there. They don't want black folks there. They don't want Puerto Ricans there. They want a white, nation for themselves. And if you trespass, they want to be able to do what they want to do when they want to do it, how they want to do it. That sounds tribal. It sounds territorial. The problem is this: why be like that and be a colonizer? It don't make sense. It's counterproductive. So if you don't like black people, you don't like brown people, you know what I'm saying? But it's like you will engage with them. You will take, X from them and create children with them to take DNA particles from them. You will enslave them to build your nation and your lands. You will monetize them. You will, mistreat them. And it's just like, I thought all you wanted to do was be so far away. So like the folks, I've actually taken the time to listen to white supremacists talk, and they're walking hypocrites because they swear they just want everything so white. And it's like, you have an option for that. Like there's places where you could go where it's predominantly white and you don't really got to see too many black folks on your day to day throughout your life. And you could just do what you're doing. But no, they prefer to stick around, monetize you, mistreat you, abuse you, remind you of the past, bring the past forth to the present. They continue to participate in said things. So it comes a time where you just have to start saying like, okay, you're lying about something, right? You're lying about something because segregation was a thing. You stopped it. Like you're the colonizer. You conquered these lands or whatever. You made up the rules. Like y'all could have gave black folks Texas and kept the rest of this motherfucker. And we would have, I don't know that we won't slide. You know what I'm saying? Like if the United States was like, hey, we gonna give black and brown people the whole fucking southwest region of the country. Nigga, we gonna give y'all fucking Arizona, Texas, Wyoming, Montana. We gonna give y'all all that. We gonna give y'all all that over there. And that's for like blacks and browns. Y'all got that. Don't slide over the woo. It's gonna be an issue. Motherfuckers ain't trying to leave New York if they've been from New York, right? You're gonna have a problem on the east. But what I'm saying is, I don't know that that's something that can't be set up if white supremacists really wanted that. But they don't want that. You got to understand, they get wealthy off of us. So it's when you listen to them talk. That's what I'm saying. I'm real good at listening. For y'all that don't know, I'm educated communications major. So the part of communication that most people fail at is the listening part. And I'm a hell of a listener. And I listen to a white supremacist talk because I want to understand how y'all think. And it's like, is y'all just evil and savage and racist? Or is it like, do y'all just want segregation and y'all feel obligated to deal with us? And so that turns into violence sometimes, right? I'm trying to gain an understanding. And there was just a lot of hypocrisy. So I don't really know how the white supremacists or the people who are actually Klan members, or I don't really know how they feel for real. Because it's like motherfuckers ain't trying to deal with y'all either. If you don't like us and we don't like y'all, why we can't just stay away from each other? Motherfuckers ain't trying to deal with y'all either. But motherfuckers go out their way to fuck with you. So it's like, do you really want segregation? Do you really want separation? Do you really want to just not have to deal with us? Because it's optional. Like last time I checked, niggas don't go fucking with white people. Last time I checked, I don't be seeing that. I don't see niggas just going to go fuck with some white people. Let's go fuck with this white boy. I don't see that. So I'll be trying to gain a real understanding. So your question, most white people are bad? ? I don't know. But I have sought out understanding, and I'm still confused. Lizzie said he trusted them too much. You can't even trust your close relatives now, can you? Penny said, that's right. Ain't just Mississippi. Bella said 100. It's bad racist people out there. Yeah. He said exactly. YLO, what up? Are they the only tribal people? Nah, here's the thing. You had different type of tribes that believed in different types of things and went about surviving and living and operating under different types of customs and cultures and religions and everything, right? Most tribes, you had tribes that would do some business with each other, agriculturally, trade, barter, whatever, even maybe marry each other's women or whatever, right? You had tribes that stayed out of the way. And then you had tribes that traveled, and then you had conquerors, right? Pillagers. And pillagers came in all colors. Don't get it twisted. You got great black conquerors and stuff like that too. But it didn't look the same. Like the labor that they put people through, it didn't look the same. It didn't feel the same. It wasn't as brutal as what we know the Atlantic slave trade to be. That's what they call it, even though they pulled up and found us here and shit like that. But that's shout out to the FBA people and all that. But it's like, nah, white people ain't the only tribal people. I don't know that white people are truly tribal. I see the thought process of racism, the way it's explained, you would think that it's tribal. Like, we just want to do what we doing over here and have our land to ourselves and rock out. And, you know, we just real vicious with trespassers and people that ain't like us, right? All right, you could probably, it's enough land mass in the world to deal with some shit like that. It's the pillaging, right? It's the pilgrimaging, right? Traveling about and taking over everything everywhere you go, forcing people to believe how you believe, taking up their women involuntarily for non-use of a better term or an appropriate term, you know, slaughtering the men, but not just slaughtering them. I mean, being gruesome with it, right? These things, these savage ways, they're inhumane. And some would say, historically speaking, that the Caucasian people are new to our planet and that they are inhumane because they are inhumane, if you follow me. But that's more of a history lesson conversation, right? So again, if you could stay neutral and just hold a conversation with me, we could go there. But most of the time, somebody feelings get involved and shit get tricky. Godzilla said, what's crazy is that they also play in your face too, classic Holmes. Good example, Gideon and his co-worker, when they were doing that PDF file catcher thing together, turned out co-worker was racist as F. See what I'm saying? And that's why you just, you know what I mean? JB said, teach, new here, peace. What's going on? Make sure you like and subscribe. Stay tapped in. Penny said, I have mixed grandkids and I got ran off from a house I was renting. They said you have all them blacks down there. Me and my kids left and never looked back. You see what I'm saying? And that's in Mississippi in today's time. Thank you, Penny, for sharing that. Tantro said they actually love blacks and can make a lot of money off blacks. Tantro said they want to use us for pleasure and melanin. It's really vampirism to a degree, right? It's like harvesting energy, swag, culture, melanin, organs even. It's really vampirism when you think about it. Penny said, now we live behind our landlord, Miss Virginia, sweetest black lady. She 80. I love her so much. I'm glad you found your way. Lay said, who wants segregation? I'll tell you what, it depends on who you are. It don't sound like a bad idea. Yoli said, the goats and the sheeps must be separated. Yep. Tantro said, now a lot of brothers are addicted to snow bunnies. That's a real thing. But that's you know, people got they got their perceptions on, you know, the difference in the women and shit like that, and they see those women as having, I guess more pros than the sisters come with. I don't know. Valiant, but some people just say you fall in love with who you fall in love with. I don't know. Valiant said, thing is, black folk would go there immediately as long as the situation was fair. Give us good education and opportunities, we straight. You know, we actually don't need to be given anything. History actually tells, literally, historically, when black people are left alone, we thrive. We don't need to be given anything. Just leave us alone. And we'll be just fucking fine. You'll be shocked at the marriage rate. You'll be shocked at the income of the household. You'll be shocked. Just leave black folks alone. I bet you will be shocked. Tantro said they know we God's chosen. Just give the blacks Texas. Hey, listen. I don't know that we wouldn't take it. Penny said, I could listen to you all day. Hope you don't mind me following you. No, I don't mind. Tap in. This ain't no black only channel. I'm with whoever with me. Tony Black said facts. Tantro said they love us to death. Yeah. Different communities. Yeah. Patrice said every time we separated and builded our own wealth, they destroyed it. So you're right. Classic. Tulsa, Rosewood, etc. Say that. You know what I'm talking about. JB said right. Listening is an art. Yup. Yoli said the races will never come together. Their time is short and they know it. Tantro said, nah, whites ain't tribal. They know how to stick together. Penny said there are a few good whites. I'm one and my kids are. Hey, Penny, listen. I think most of the black adjacent, because you seem like you black adjacent. Like if I called you on the phone, I wouldn't be able to tell that you're not a sister and shit. We got black adjacent sister that's always in the chat, Soft Rain with the RSC, the Raw Society Coalition. We yeah, everybody just called Rain light skin. They didn't accept her. You know what I'm saying? Like your loyalty lie where your loyalty lie, your understanding lie where your understanding lie, your culture is where your culture is. You know, skin don't always get you in, and skin can't if all skin folk ain't kin folk, then all non-skin folk ain't disqualified. You see what I'm saying? But you do got to show yourself approved. You sound like it though. Ari said they love to insert themselves in black people business when it doesn't even concern them. Say that. Tantro said, in heaven, we gonna do them just like that, servants and handmaids. Okay. Miss Chi-Town said they're so concerned about the land because they took it from someone else and don't want it done back to them. That would make sense for the paranoia. Money. Sonny, what up, Sonny? Hey, Sonny, back in the chat. I know you've been busy getting to it. What up, Sonny? We missed you. $5 super chat. Thank you, Sonny. She said, remember, we did have our own and we're doing fine. They didn't like it and decided to destroy it. 333. Come on now. Ain't nothing but a little history. Ain't nothing but a little history, but that's why they took it out to school. They don't want you to know. Ted said, always trying to convince us that racism doesn't exist, yet racist stuff keeps happening. Come on, Ted. Say that. You know, Ted's going to come in the building and walk shit straight down. He popped in during the video, so I couldn't play his tag, but we got a walk down situation. Penny said, I don't stick to nobody. I have a heart. Say that. Interesting. Mississippi didn't retire the Confederate flag till 2020. Ted said, on multiple occasions, might I add. Yeah, listen, John, you see how you just posted that and that's a literal fact, but then you still got people that want to get a benefit of the doubt? Like Mississippi is Mississippi, folks. Like we can't, like I saw, what's his name? We call him Lil Dog. Y'all know him as Anton Daniels. We saw, and I saw a video. I probably watched like 2 minutes of it. I just wanted to see what Anton had to say about it. And I forget which video it was. I ain't trying to send y'all over there either. Forget dude. But look, he was reacting to this shit. And the first thing that it was Ben Crump talking. And the first thing he did was pause the video and was like, you see, you know, they're going to try to make this about Mississippi. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. Mississippi is Mississippi, bruh. You fucking right. We gonna make it about Mississippi. Mississippi is Mississippi. John just posted a fact. Interesting. Mississippi didn't retire the Confederate flag until 2020. It's 2026. Mississippi is responsible for Emmett Till. Yes. Mississippi, as far as we know, ain't investigating shit with Nolan Wells. So yeah. You white man in a black mask, Anton Daniels. Yes, we are going to talk about Mississippi, among a whole bunch of other shit. But yes, Mississippi is not absolved of some conversation, nigga. And it's niggas like him that be undoing the doing. Motherfucker be reverse engineering the progress. We pointing at the right target. Here come a nigga with a big platform and some melanated skin that's been completely whitewashed internally. You know what I'm saying? Transracial ass nigga. Outside black, inside feta cheese. See, they're going to try to make this about Mississippi. Yeah. Fuck, nigga. You fucking right. Long live Emmett Till. Let me get off here before I crash out in this bitch. Oh, bro. I saw that shit. I cut that shit straight off. I said, don't let me help this nigga watch hours, man. Let me log off this motherfucker, man. What is he talking about? It's niggas like him, folks. It's niggas like him. And they swear they not part of the problem. That's why I like what Haiti did. Hey, all the niggas that ain't with the program, we finna start with them. On phone them. All the niggas that ain't with the program, we start with them. I like what Haiti did.
It's already out there. It's already out there.
Before we even go get to the real ops, we gonna start with these insurgents. Yeah, all these little agents of chaos up in here that ain't with the script, nigga. We starting with them, folks. We not even going over there yet. We got some shit to do in the house. These niggas don't belong. Phone them. We not, hey, bro. I'm gonna call a spade every time. Yeah, we not. Come on, man. Did you grow up in a all black community for part of my life? And then the other part of my life, I was in a melting pot. But I did have to learn white people. And let me tell you, still trying, still working on it. Because, yeah, no. They was weird then. They weird now. God bless you, though. I don't think everybody's supposed to understand everything. I really don't. We be trying to understand everything. Some shit ain't for my understanding. I don't know why y'all make corn casserole and shit. I don't understand that. I'm never gonna get that. Penny said, I don't care who likes this or not. Blacks are stronger, smarter, just better. Hey, listen, they gonna say you pandering. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, they'd have called you a Negro lover. Hey, Diver Down say, I'm all free swimming lessons to anyone going to Horn Island. That's crazy. Too soon. We are resilient. Hey, Sonny. Let's see. White, Caucasian, Gentile people came from Noah's son, Japheth. Oh, yeah? How many wives he have? Bridget said, I'm wondering when will we realize we got to teach ourselves. School, not enough. I mean, public school is daycare. It's not even made for education. Allegedly. Jake sees AC, New Jersey. What up? What up, Joseph? Penny said, I got to go to work. Take care. Get that money on. Yoli said, they have a perpetual hatred for you that will burn forever. It's okay. They got to live with that, not me. I'm chilling. Big Sco said Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, Wyoming. Give us all of that. Yeah, just give us the whole Southwest. We're going to chill. For now. That shit be looking like Africa in no time. Bella said, you better believe it, classic. Yup. Penny said, you keep doing this. You're great to listen to. Bye for now. For sure, for sure. Gratitude. Tantro says, see, money is how they control us. Money talks this in this wicked society. You ain't lying. They made up money, though. That's crazy, because when they got over here, we ain't even had no bread. It wasn't no money. They made up money. Money ain't even real. That's the crazy part. You know, everything you need to survive is free. It's free. How much a tree costs? Who was the first nigga to pull up to a patch of land, draw invisible lines around it, and say, this shit mine, and if you want to stay here, I need 200,000? Who was the first person to do that? That's a Debo. That ain't nothing but a bully. Nigga, this shit ain't yours. This God's. But if you could protect it, it's yours. You see what I'm saying? So that's how it is when you conquered, though. We're a conquered people. But we want to vote it away. We want to vote it away. We want to ask. We want to march. We want to picket. Yeah. So it'll be this way. And then they said, hey, miss y'all too. Yep. Ari said, yes, white people stick together for all evilness towards black people and call themselves good Christians, all in racism. Damn. Walt Diesel said, great content. Gratitude. Good for Mississippi. They always attacking groups. Miss Shawtown said cooking. Bella said facts. Yoli said table are about to turn. If you lead into slavery, you shall go into slavery. Tantro said really white men. Okay. That's a lot of chats, y'all. Black Mona laughing. There are plenty more coons just like AD. Yeah, we call them Little Dog. I'll just call them that because it's a lot of new people in here right now. Make sure y'all like and subscribe so y'all don't miss future content. He said Feta Cheese Daniels. On phone now. That boy transracial. We know it when we see it. That ain't no black man. He ain't with us. We know it when we see it. Ted said crash class. No, I'm going to chill. Because if I go off the ledge, I'm going to go all the way. I'm trying to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Feta Cheese Daniels is classic. Yeah, take that to his chat tonight. Let him know Classic Code sent you. Ha! Let him eat that. Go, everybody jump in his chat tonight. Call him Feta Cheese Daniels. Let him know Classic Code sent you. He ain't going to pull up. The link been available. Ha ha! Yeah, I love to talk to him about Nolan Wells and why the fuck we can't bring up Mississippi. I love to do that. Not on his platform, though. Come on mine, nigga. I ain't Corey Holcomb. No disrespect to Corey, because Corey already handled him. You know what I'm saying? But from one Chicago nigga to another, he gonna be down 0-2 fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be down 0-2.
The Chicago nigga. Classic.
Yeah, we ain't. Hey, listen, I look at niggas like him the same way I look at the racist white man. The same way. It's the same shit. It's the same. They working for the same program. The white man to do some wild shit, and a nigga like him will defend it. So it's the same shit. That nigga with them. He is not with us, folks. You know what I'm saying? And the niggas over there with him, they selling their souls. I don't care how much he paying, 5 bands a month or whatever that little shit is he sending. Y'all selling y'all souls on phone them. Anybody that defends shit like this, you can't fuck with that. On God. You can't stand next to him with nothing. Man, listen, please. That motherfucker hit you with some friendly fire. Soon as the gunfight break out, he'll hit your ass in the back of the head. Won't nobody know it was him. On phone now. Friendly fire your ass. Jesse said, bro, let racism die at will. Shit. We've been trying. Young man, you cooking, go all the way. Appreciate you, Monique. Yoli said, meant come from how you say that? Type that how you supposed to say it. I don't want to sound crazy. Ted said borders aren't real. No, they're imaginary. Laws aren't real. No. Hey, listen, bro. We're conquered. You already know what it is, Tez. You ain't said, hey, Tez, you know what it is. Shot-town in the building for sure, for sure. What up, Kane? What side you on, bro? Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. But we're going to wrap it for the day, not without playing a little bit of music for the super chats that came in. We got about $15 worth of super chat. Shout out to Black Mona. Shout out to Sonny for sending that paper through. Let's get into some music. We're going to play Aura Farming and Set Me Free because Nolan Wells had that Aura and them boys was jealous. And we know how it went from there. All alleged for content creation purposes and entertainment. Aura Farming. Yeah, we up in rank. Let's go.
You got that glow. And one thing they hate worse than you having that glow is when you know you got that glow. They don't like that. They don't like that at all. So give them a reason to keep hating on it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Aura Farming, how I'm up in rank. Step in the room, they paid away. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't. Envious, cause they really ain't. I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you could take to the bank. That's a parlay you could take to the bank. Know some people I love, put some smut on my name. I'ma still love them the same. I'ma love them from outside of the frame. I'ma love them from outside of the pain. That type of hate don't belong on my paint. That type of hate don't belong in proximity. Lord knows I love to match energy. Won't smoke, I know the back chimney. No hope with me once you an enemy. Well trained, I break you down clinically. BTA is my ministry. Laying that belt, laying that leather. It ain't no pics, it's with whoever. Ain't gotta like us, but you gon' respect us. Before I be soft, I'd rather be deadly. Let's get it. Since I lost Sebastian, my heart to been heavy. Heart in my heart, now it's hard to be friendly. PTSD in my arms, he was heavy. Felt his heart stop, oh my God, I wasn't ready. Couldn't even walk, his last walk was with Granny. Heard he was sick and they said it was bad. I damn that collapsed, but my legs feel like jelly. Man down, I lost my family. Therapy dog, who gon' help with my sanity now? Think I'm about vanity now. Been in the gym, I'm trying to balance it out. Managing rage, out of line, so people jumped off the page. Bad time if you really won't play. Bad time for you to play with my name. It's Candyman if you say my name. I'm up in rank. Step in the room, they paid away. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't. Envious, cause they really ain't. I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you could take to them. I'm having that aura, I got that glow. They hate it worse when they know that you know. Walk in the room like I'm covered in gold. I used to suppress it, was about to implode. I used to suppress it, was about to explode. Sore thumb in the room, everywhere that I go. Black sheep of the fam, used to think something was wrong. Took a little time to realize I was chose. Took a little time to realize I was special. Ever since birth, been a cold under pressure. Wanna be great, gotta do a little extra. That's why I grind with obsession. Everything about me irregular, everything about me is pressure. Maximum effort, no box left unchecked on the checklist. No stone left unturned, mash on the gas and etc. Aura Farming, ho, I'm up in rank. Step in the room, they paved the way. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't. Envious, cause they really ain't. I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you could take to the bank. Aura Farming, ho, I'm up in rank.
All right, shit. Let's go. Matter of fact, let's switch it up. Since them boys did what they did and they don't want to talk, let's play Say Nothing.
Why you ain't say nothing? I'm only gonna do this once.
Allegedly.
You always knew I'd make it in the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? You believed in me the whole time, for real? Yeah. I couldn't tell. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Classic. Seen them hard times, couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Sticks on moon getting bigger. Now you wanna say something. But watching my story all winter. Why you ain't say nothing? 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 You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something. Put that on my soul. They ain't hungry no more when it's time to eat crow. Or farming, I'm a hand to my glow. Ain't gon' argue with you about what I know. Photo album, all I'm seeing is ghosts. Had to remodel from pillar to post. Said what I said, I ain't come here to argue. You said congratulations, should've said sorry. Got it, now you won't be part of the party. Your access denied, I'm sorry, not sorry. When I needed air, niggas wouldn't have farted. Now they pulling up and thinking we solid. Now I'm on the phone talking $1 million topics. Up early, Zoom call out to Abu Dhabi. Don't answer my phone if it's gonna be about gossip. I don't really care, everybody got problems. That's why I be sharing my woes, letting y'all know it's okay, you can come up from the bottom. Scraping, scratching, clawing. Before I start running, I started with crawling. Before I got balance, I started with falling. Started with broke before ever was balling. Started with hope before ever rewarded. They ain't show up till I became important.
Yes, sir.
You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing, man? Seen them hard times, couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Been watching my story all winter. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't call? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Man, they lay in the cut, stay in the cut. Watch you blow up, it won't show you no love. People I got the most hate from in life at one point or another. I thought we was bruh. One point or another, I thought it was love. One point or another, greet them with a hug. Now if I see them, greeting them with gloves. 16s, ain't no need to warm up. I got respect for myself, you gon' have respect for me or respect for that belt. Suggest you leave me alone. If you start up with me, I'ma take you through hell. Don't want no smoke, but if you want some smoke and you bring me some smoke, I'ma take an inhale. Don't do no running, I'm done with the talking. Let's get in deep waters, I'm taking them 12. Why you ain't say nothing? Oh, now you wanna say something. Why you ain't say nothing?
Classic.
Now you wanna say something.
Yes, Lord. All right, y'all. You know my last request are always the same. If y'all don't do nothing else for me, make sure y'all stick to the codes. We got another classic. Yeah.
Why you ain't say nothing? I'm only gonna do this once. You always knew I'd make it in the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? You believed in me the whole time, for real? Yeah. I couldn't tell. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times, couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Been watching my story all winter. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't call? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Put that on my soul. They ain't hungry no more when it's time to eat crow. Or farming, I'm a hand to my glow. Ain't gon' argue with you about what I know. Photo album, all I'm seeing is ghosts. Had to remodel from pillar to post. Said what I said, I ain't come here to argue. You said congratulations, should've said sorry. Got it, now you won't be part of the party. Your access denied, I'm sorry, not sorry. When I needed air, niggas wouldn't have farted. Now they pulling up and thinking we solid. Now I'm on the phone talking $1 million topics. Up early, Zoom call out to Abu Dhabi. Don't answer my phone if it's gonna be about gossip. I don't really care, everybody got problems. That's why I be sharing my woes, letting y'all know it's okay, you can come up from the bottom. Scraping, scratching, clawing. Before I start running, I started with crawling. Before I got balance, I started with falling. Started with broke before ever was balling. Started with hope before ever rewarded. They ain't show up till I became important. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times, couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Been watching my story all winter. Why you ain't say nothing?